Valentina.
Valentina. What's your full name? Because I didn't want to sound very bad trying to say your second name.
Full name is Valentina Labbate, but I don't use it for. It's a hard name. I just use my first name.
Valentina. It's a very nice, easy name. I got my friends. I was like talking to my friend Lydia. I do a lot of YouTube stuff. I was like, "It's Valentina." She was like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "Are you sure?" I don't want to be sounding. So I always get stuck talking to people, not stuck, talking to people who have just names. I'm like, I'm not sure.
I have to pronounce that.
Oh, how do I introduce myself without asking their name and stuff like that?
I'm always amazed at how many people get my name wrong, because I think Valentina, it's easy enough, but obviously not in this country.
There's a great YouTube channel that has how to pronounce every name, so
Right.
I may have used that for your name, a few people's names in the past.
Cool.
So, what do you do? What is your main job?
I'm a full-time art nude model. Well, I have other jobs as well, but that's what I do most of the time. Yeah.
It takes a lot of your...
Yeah.
I first saw you on... I don't know if you did the Crunch Alternative Irish, took part of that, but I know you were on the calendar.
The Chunk Dorai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Is that
yeah.
now gone? Is that dead?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's gone. I'm not sure what happened, but it was good.
I enjoyed it. Because you could write articles for it, and I was coming up with an article to write, and then I wanted to go and get the information of like how do I send it in, and it was gone. I was like,
Yeah, I think it was the only website commissioning regional photo shoots for alternative models in Ireland. So it was interesting.
it was. Yeah, I always had great funny articles and great models, and then my friend did you were, was it 7 and 9 from Star Trek, and you were one?
Oh yeah.
I found the calendar was very interesting. I was like, obviously they got really good money for some shoots, and like my friend's shoot, they didn't have any money.
Well, we all did it for charity, so nobody got paid for
That's really nice, because I even funded it because they had a whole...
Yeah.
a
We
fund.
funded it as well. You know,
then
we
I
bought
heard
the calendars.
The funding failed, and I was like,
Oh, no, but it worked out. And the money was going to charity, so we all knew we weren't going to get paid, but it was good fun, you know.
it was like the last job my friend did, and she was like,
Who's your friend?
she's amateur alternative model, and she was like, she's had problem back, she's in a car crash, she's had problems with her back and all this, so she was like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
So she did that, and she had a bad run with the photographer all the day. Like,
Okay.
she's in the shot, she's the one with Superman to get the 4 girls and looking at the newspaper backwards. I pointed that out, and she's in the corner with her purple hair, you can barely see her.
Okay.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
she had such a... Well, I won't get into her giving out about it. It was very interesting. But it was a great website, because she became a runner-up in the alternative model one of the years.
Okay.
So that was great. That's how she got into the calendar.
Okay, cool.
That's great. But you had your whole thing of 7 and 9 and the pictures up. I was like,
Yeah, it was
really
great fun. Get body painted for the day. Spray painted.
does that process take long?
The body paint?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, in that case, it took a few hours because it was only half the body, like the upper part. And usually when you do body painting projects, it could take up to 8 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
At least it was just one colour.
Yeah. This was easy. Yeah, when you get more complicated stuff, it take the whole day. Like.
Well, when I've been on your website's really good. It's how I got the details to do this. And then I found out after I tried to arrange this, you live in Ireland. I was like, this makes it so much easier. It can't be any easier. But there's a quote on your website that I absolutely love. Hair like the roots of ancient trees. Did you come up with that? How did that come about? That's a great line.
I did. I don't know, because I suppose that's what my dreads represent to me, like the connection with, I know I sound like a hippie now, but the connection with nature and with Mother Earth, and yeah, and they always, you know, they do remind me of the roots of trees, like especially in Ireland you see this beautiful forest with this massive trees with
Like
roots
right around us
that
right now.
spread all over, like, and yeah, so I just thought it was good. metaphor.
It's great because your dreads are super. I used to have dreads, and I just after like 3 years, I was like, that's enough. I can't handle them anymore.
I know, I'm getting to that point.
How long did you have your dreads?
15 years.
15 years.
Half of my life.
My brother has dreads and he's cutting them back now and again, but he had one and it was basically, it was so much longer than everyone. It looked like a tail. He's like, he woke up one day and it was on the ground. He's like, I had it cut off.
Yeah, I had one of those as well. I started cutting them maybe 5 years ago because they were down my ankles.
You would have been a brush.
Yeah, and I just started getting neck pains, because they're heavy, and yeah, I went to physiotherapy. I was like, why am I sore?
Really?
And they were like, yeah, maybe you should think about shortening your hair. You're carrying like 2 kilos of hair around with you all the time.
That's a lot.
So I started cutting it, and now it's down to my knees, and I don't think it's gonna get any longer. I'll have to keep it there because it's gonna destroy my neck otherwise.
And we're actually, it's funny if I bring this reference from that, we're in a park in Dublin recording this around ancient trees. So this makes it a lot easier to do the whole interview. What got you into doing modelling?
I started maybe when I was 18 or 19. Someone asked me to do a photo shoot. I was working in a bar in Florence, where I'm from, and just thought, yeah, this could be fun. And then I did a few photo shoots, and then I started working in the schools of art, because Florence, it's famous for Renaissance and all the art, so there's plenty of schools of art, and I needed a job, and I had a friend doing it, and she said, just go in and ask, and that's what I did for a few years, mostly life modeling.
Right.
And then a few photo shoots here and there. I had an agency, but should I say this? I don't. Agencies, are good, but they might get you one big job a year. It's not good if you're trying to, leave on it. So it's So then I moved to Ireland, and I stopped modeling for a while because I kind of fell out of love with it.
Right.
As it happens, I suppose, when you do artistic jobs. Sometimes you lose the inspiration. And then someone asked me about 6 years ago, an artist said, would you model for me? I said, yeah, sure, tried this again, and then just got back into it. I got really inspired by amazing photographers and artists in Ireland, and I just thought, I want to do this and try and do it full time, and that's what I've been doing for the last few years.
That's really good. Your shoots, I always find them very interesting because it's, you're nude, but it's not really like you'd see it on like page 3. It's really kind of artsy. They're really nice photos. Like this, you have a photo, and it's like, it looks like it's an ancient photo. There's creases and cuts in it. I was like, that's a really nice photo. And even the ones you did like as a clown.
Okay, yeah.
They're the ones I really like, and I've been following you on Facebook for a while. I was like, I really like your shoots. But I was telling one of the YouTubers I work with, I'm going to be doing an interview hopefully soon with this artist, and he was like, whoa, how would you do it? So I've only told a few people because I was like, this is probably going to be the biggest interview I do for YouTube, and hopefully leads on to me doing bigger and stronger things.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's been, even though it's been great being able to, someone you've been watching was like, I really like the style and the photography you use are really good, and your kind of jokes on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Facebook sometimes are very quirky. Like the one you did about going, was it Norway you were just at? Or that one I thought was a great joke. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Freezing my ass in Norway. And yeah. Well, I try, I don't know. I think I have a good sense of humor, and I don't take myself too seriously. And I think that's, it's very important not to take yourself too seriously, because life is really funny sometimes.
I'll have to keep watching on for more jokes and more shoots.
I'll try and keep you entertained.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the kind of model for like page 3, as you say. Like, I don't have the body for it, and it's not what I'm into. Like,
yeah.
And I like the art side of photography and modeling. Like I like to create stories and try and tell a story with my face, with my body, and every time you do a photo shoot, you're a different character, and it's great when you said that the clown, the steampunk clown thing.
That's the
that
one.
was
I was trying to think of that on the way up on the bus. I was like, what is it called? Like a clockwork clown.
It's like some kind of, I don't know. We got inspired by the Victorian circus, and the Rosie's artist, the designer, she made all the clothes, and we were following each other's work for a few years, and then I went to Holland and I got in touch with her. I said, I think we should really work together, and she was, let's do it, and she got a photographer, and we got a great team, and we were all really into it, and it was great fun, and I love doing that. I love the art nude as well, and I like to be just myself, and
au natural.
Yeah, but I do like to dress up and play a different character for a few hours, and have a bit of fun.
I remember trying to explain to my it was like, it's nude modeling. I was saying to my friend, it's like, it's nude modeling, but it's not really sexualized. It's in a different, completely way. It's like, do I sound weird when she was like, no, that's what the style is. I was like, good, right? It's good.
I know people always think, when I say I'm a nude model, people look at me funny and they go, right, so, what do you do? People think nude modeling, they think Playboy or glamour, but art nude is a completely different story. Think of, Renaissance paintings, think of, the naked body as a part of nature, because that's what it is. It doesn't have to be sexualized. It can be sexy and can be erotic even, but you don't need to spread your legs for that. You know what I mean? Sometimes eyes can be more erotic than anything else, and it's all very, it's up to each one of us, the personal sensibility, to what you find erotic. And I don't know. I'm just not the kind of person for I don't have massive boobs, and I'm not that kind of Playboy model. It's just not who I am, and it's not what I find erotic either. So I like what I do. I think I try and do it well, and I'm glad you were enjoying it.
Yeah. It's not awkward at all. Do you see yourself kind of continuing doing this over the next few years? You just did a shoot there the week, and you're already booked up now.
I'll keep doing it. I'm off to Italy and Belgium next week for a few shoots. Well, I'm going home as well to see my family, and then I go to Belgium and work for a week there. I'll keep doing it as long as I feel inspired. I worked a lot the last few years. I traveled a lot, and I got a little bit tired last winter. I thought, okay, I want to spend a bit more time at home in Ireland, because it gets tiring when you're, always on a plane or a train or,
You must have great mileage points at this point.
At this age, yes. No, but it's draining, because for every photo shoot you do, there's hours and hours spent in front of a laptop doing emails and contacting people and trying to get work, and that's the boring part, but it has to be done, and
it's probably quite stressful as well, I'd say.
It can get stressful. I like to work freelance. I enjoy it. It's what I chose to do. So I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm really happy with what I do. It does get tiring. I don't have weekends. I don't have holidays paid. I don't have days off really. I'm my own boss, and I work as much as I can.
And your only day off, you had to do an interview.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But
I wasn't pestering anyone for weeks. I swear.
No, it's okay. It's great. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I feel it's right. I'm gonna be 30 next week, so I suppose I might be getting a little bit old to be a model. because a lot of models are 16, 20. But I also think it's everyone has a story to tell, every body, every face, and the stories you tell when you're 20 are completely different from the stories you tell when you're 30. And in the art modeling world, it's not fashion, like, you don't need to be super skinny, super tall, and 16 years old. So I think I will keep doing it as long as there's work, as long as I feel I want to do it. And when it's time to move on, I'll move on, reinvent myself and do something else, I think. But hopefully I'll still be modeling when I'm, I don't know, in my 50s, and I'll have long white dreadlocks maybe, and
And
I look really weird.
Style.
Yeah.
You're probably still working with great photographers.
I'm really lucky. I mean, Ireland is great for that. There's so much talent, so many people from all over the world, and it's amazing. There's a great creativity in everywhere in Ireland, like in the music, in photography, in the arts. So I think it's, I'm happy to be here. Like, I'm happy I chose to live in this country, and I got the chance to work with some incredible people. And yeah, you just get inspired. I see a good photographer's work and I go, oh my God, I really want to work with this person. I want to create a story together. And yeah, just...
Do you contact them, or do you hope they contact you?
Works both ways, Sometimes I find someone that I really like them and I just ask them if they want to work together. Sometimes people contact me and they ask me to work together or to go to their country and stuff. So that's how I went to, most countries, Holland and stuff. You get one photographer that goes, would you come to Germany for a shoot? And I go, okay, yeah, you're good, let's do that. And I organize a tour around it and try and get enough work to, pay for the trip and come back home and pay my rent and bills and everything,
What got you to move? What happened, or what inspired you to move to Ireland?
Oh, I've always had a thing for Ireland since I was a teenager, I'd say. I loved Irish music. I was playing in an Irish music band in Florence. I was playing Bowron and singing. And I don't know, Ireland was my dreamland.
I've talked to a few people from different countries, and they always want to just come to Ireland to inspire them with something. I'm like, I don't get it.
You don't get it because you grew up here.
Yeah.
But I know people tell me, what, you're from Florence? What are you doing in Galway? I'm like,
in the rainy.
I know.
It's like Galway. I know loads of people from Galway, and the only thing I know about Galway, it rains all the time.
No. Well, yeah, it's rained a lot this summer anyway.
And the
but
bars are packed. Rains and bars are packed. That's it.
I think, though, the fact that it rains so much in this country, it inspires you to be creative, because you can't go out that much. You can't spend the day on the beach like you can do in Italy, or outside in the park doing nothing. You have to get creative. You have to do something, otherwise you get depressed. So that's why there's amazing musicians coming out of Ireland, because people have to do something with their time. And
I've never actually thought of it putting like that. Like, we're that creative because we're indoors, can't do anything else.
Well, I think could be part of it, and I found myself, first few years I was in Galway, I didn't care if it was raining because I was just happy to be there, and I dreamt of it for years. I finally moved there, and with like 200 euros in my pocket and no job, nothing, but I had my English is decent already, so that helped, I suppose. But then after a few years you start going, yeah, a little bit more sunshine would be nice, just dry up my bones, like, I've got moss growing on my hair, like. But
literally.
But then you go, okay, so it's not gonna stop raining, I have to do something. So I started playing music again, I started modeling again, I just started making stuff, like I was selling handmade necklaces and stuff in the market for a few years. You just you get creative because you have to do something. otherwise you're just spending your days in the pub drinking, and that's fun for a while, but then
It really
doesn't
gets
lead too
boring.
much,
You empty your pockets.
Yeah, and it gets boring after a while,
It's it's an interesting one. I know some creative people in Ireland. Like I write and I do this YouTube and play music to kill boredom.
Mhm.
But I remember when I was in secondary and we were in educate. We were doing career guidance class, and I was doing something. I was writing something down, and the teacher goes, "All right, who would be interested in doing something creative like writing or doing something like that for a career?" I didn't even look at anyone, and I had my hand up, and then I looked around and saw everyone else just had their hand down, and she's like, "I'm not surprised." Every year, she was like, "I'm not surprised it's you, Karen," but every year it gets lower and lower. She was like, 10 years ago, the whole class would have their hands up. Every year it gets lower and lower and lower. I don't know why that is, but it's a good thing to be able to be creative. Show you have something that you're not, because it's more like my brother plays music because he wants to hear that music, so he writes and does all this music so he can hear it.
Yeah.
I know other people who paint and all this because they haven't seen the paintings. They want to draw the paintings they want to see. So instead of just sitting there and waiting for it to happen, go out and do it.
Yeah, I suppose. Do you think the internet might have something to do with this? Like, I mean, before the internet, people might have felt like they had to be creative, they had to find something to do with their time. Now they can just sit on Facebook for a whole day, like, and just look at other people's lives, instead of finding something to do with their own lives. Do you think that could be?
That could be the invention of social media. Could take away the creativity, but it's probably,
It's also, it also inspires you more, because you now, with the social media and with the internet, you have access to things that you would have never imagined 10 years ago. You could have never got in touch with a photographer or bands from I don't know, Southeast Asia, because there was no way to hear their music or see their photographs. And now through the internet and the social medias, you can connect with all these people, and it's inspiring. It can be overwhelming as well, but it's I think it's great. You have to know how to use your social media, I think.
Are you on a lot of social medias? I see you on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, I'm on Tumblr, which is great because there's no censorship. So yeah,
I'm sure
kind of
you're-
helps, because I've been reported a few times now on Facebook for a nipple.
But you're always kind of censored on your photos.
I do, yeah, and a couple of times
Risk it.
No, once I didn't even think about it, to be honest. I linked to another website, and you could see a teeny tiny picture of me, and you could kind of figure out I was naked.
Right.
And because it was a link to another page, I couldn't really censor it, but I thought, it's just an external link. It's not, I'm not actually posting this picture on Facebook,
Right.
but someone obviously got offended by my nipples. So I'm sorry about that. And once I just shared the picture that a photographer had posted, and he didn't censor it, so I thought, obviously it's okay, obviously nobody minds, because it's kind of black and white, it's kind of shadowy, you can't really see anything. But yeah, no, obviously someone didn't like it, so Facebook is on to me now to stop showing my nipples around, otherwise they'll block me forever and ever.
I love that we grow up, we're born, and we feed from our mother's nipples and all this, and it's for a couple of years you're going to see them, and then you get to like 4 or 5, it's like censored, till you get to like 18, it's like, oh, you can have a girlfriend do that, but it's so censored, but it's something that it's not like we've made it sexualized over the centuries, but it's for nutrients, it's for the milk for your child.
Yeah, and I mean,
censored.
We're all born naked, we all have a body, and for as different as they can be, they're all really the same, like, all women have boobs, and it's just, I mean, it all comes from, I think, the Catholic religion, and, the demonizing the nakedness and Adam and Eve, and, yeah,
century.
and it's ridiculous, it's old-fashioned, it's it's out of place in 2015, you know, and you can see much more horrible things, to be honest, than a naked body on Facebook or on any social media. You know, you can see violence, you can see a lot of things that, you know, I'd rather not see. I'd rather see a naked bum or, you know, pair of boobs, like, you know.
Like movies with, like you'd have a movie and it's 12, so you see people dying in it.
Yeah.
So you have a movie with any naked or sex scene, it's like 18s and you don't get to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a weird censorship, because if we didn't have that censorship, we would have no problem with it.
Yeah, I know, it's frustrating. I find it really frustrating. I know a lot of photographers don't even post their pictures on Facebook because they don't want to censor them. I understand, you know, that choice, like, because censorship ruins the picture a lot of times.
And the worst
you know.
is self-censorship. I'd say that's the worst. When you someone else censors, you're right, you can fight it. But if you had to censor, I'd say it's the worst thing to do. It's like, I spent time, money, I've spent all money, I've done all this, and I've done the photo, and it's the best I think it is. It's the best I can do what I have. And now someone's telling me I had to censor it, and you had to remove the bits that was the main attraction to the photo. Like there's always stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's quite ridiculous, because it's not like, for the kind of pictures I take, the focus won't be on my nipples. It will be, you know, it's the light, it's the scene, it's the image that tells the story. I hope, anyway. That's what I'm trying to do. Otherwise, it'd be, you know, shooting for Playboy, like, and then the focus would be on my genitalia, like, you know. But it's not. So having to censor my nipples, that actually attracts attention to the nipples, because everyone goes, oh, look at the little post-its you have on your boobies, you know, like, oh, what's the little squares or stars and thumbs up on your nipples. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't the aim of the picture.
It probably makes it more sexualized. Like,
it does, yeah, because people go, oh, what's under the little square? Guess what? A nipple.
Pretty sure you might have one as well.
I'm sure, yeah, everyone has at least two. So.
And some rare people have three.
Yeah, we won't get there.
I'd hate to have to censor something I've done.
Look, I mean, I hate to do it, but it needs to be done, because I have to be on Facebook. I want to be on Facebook because, you know, a lot of people follow my work. I like to show my work on Facebook. You know, for as much as there's, you know, now Instagram and all sorts of new things, and Facebook is kind of getting a little bit old, but it's still a good mean of communication, I think. So I don't like censoring my pictures, but I have to do it if I want to show them on Facebook. But then I might put a link to Tumblr where I don't need to censor them, and it's great, you know, and everyone can see it. And my website, I do whatever I want with my website. I think I put a warning sign, like, you know, there's nudity in here, are you sure you want to enter? But I have to do that. But, you know.
I remember when I got the internet for the first time, and I mistakenly went to a porn website.
Mistakenly.
And it had the whole, if you're 18, or if you're under 18, please exit. If you're over, you can come in. And I mistakenly hit enter.
Oh.
By mistake.
Oh.
And just
a horrible mistake.
Horrible mistake. And the next time I hit don't enter, and I wanted to see what that does, and sent you to Google.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a horrible mistake. Yeah, that's what I meant to go. I meant to go to Google.
Oh god.
But I love that. You have sites like that. It's like, oh, you can't enter this, but it's like that's the one block. It's like, enter.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course you can enter. Anyone can enter.
A 14-year-old kid won't figure that one out.
Yeah, of course they will. Of course they'll go iMachine, you know, and whatever. You know, it's good to be curious. Just, yeah, I don't know. I should stop demonizing nudity. But there's a massive difference between nudity as, you know, art nude photography and stuff like that, and porn.
Nice little wedge in the middle. nice little way.
Yeah, and there's, as I was saying, it's up to you what you find erotic, and you know, I don't find porn erotic. That's beyond erotic, like, I mean, so for most of my pictures, I try and keep it, I don't know, simple. Can be erotic, but you never see spread legs or anything like that anyway, because that's not erotic. That you've seen too much, you've seen everything, so what, it doesn't leave anything to the imagination. You're not going to want to see more because you've seen everything already. Keep the mystery a little bit.
Next is going to be X-rays of your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at the
she's
ribs.
molded.
Wow,
Oh.
my god. Oh god. Yeah, that'd be great actually. Have to post some x-rays.
It's been a really how long you in Dublin did you arrive last night?
Yeah, I arrived yesterday afternoon, just meeting some friends this weekend. Yeah, I'm only here till Monday probably. But I come to Dublin all the time because, Galway is really small. I love Galway. It's amazing. It's brilliant, but it's really small, and I don't get enough work there. I know I work mostly in Dublin or abroad, obviously.
How's you kind of mentioned about singing earlier on, and I not embarrassing you, but I will link in the bottom. When I went to try to find you interviews with you or to find out how to contact you, I found a small YouTube channel. It has been activated in a few years.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Real drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
I have no access to it anymore because I changed my email, and it's a bit dated. I used to sing. I've been singing since I was maybe 14, and I used to sing a lot in Florence. I used to have, I had different bands. I told you, played with an Irish trad band. I played with a jazz band. I played with a blues band. And then I moved to Ireland and I just stopped singing for a while. And then I did a beautiful course in Galway, the Access Music Project.
Right.
And so I got my FTX 5 in music and composition. I did 2 years. And it was great. It was amazing. But then I started modeling again at the same time I was doing the music college. And then the modeling just took over all of my time and energy. And so I haven't been singing for the past few years. And I really, really miss it.
The video I'm going to link down below is a Nina Simone song.
That was the end of the year gig with the Access Music Project. So the recording isn't great, and it's a bit dated.
It still sounds very good because it's a very good. I recently in the last year got into Nina Simone, and I find her music is some of her is really amazing. She does some covers, but that song I was like, I love when she sings it, but I was like, I listened to that and I was like, that's a really good cover of this song.
Thanks so much. Oh my god.
Because it was just out of like left field, like, alright, this is this model, she's been on Crunch or whatever the website was a few times. No way would she be into stuff like this. She does all this, and then I find out that you have an old YouTube channel full of songs. Now I've only listened to one or two, and they are good. It was more impressive. Like, oh yeah, attractive people can do more than one thing. She can sing as well.
Well, I'd love to start singing again. Thank you so much. I'm not as good as I'd like to be, and now I'm really rusty. So now I'm getting really shy. Like when I'm asked to sing, I go no, because I know I'm out of training, and and it's like it's like anything. If you don't do it for a while, you kind of. I'm not saying you lose it, but muscle memory goes away after a while. So you need to warm up your voice again and start again. But I will start singing again because I miss it too much,
Yeah. Your YouTube channel.
I have to find an access to that YouTube channel again because some stuff needs to go.
It was very striking, and I saw, and you're in this long dress, and you have your dreads out, and I was like, I didn't realize how long your dreads were, because in photos you always do some amazing stuff. You must have either you do it yourself or you have great hair stylists.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
And I never seen your hair just like really just down, like little in the back. Like right now you have your hair like plaited, and it's odd to see kind of intricate things with dreads, because it should be more intricate with dreads, but a lot of people just have dreads. It's either up or down.
Yeah, I think that video was shot before I started cutting my dreads as well, so they were actually down my ankles or something. They were really long. Yeah, I find a lot of the times hairstylists get really excited about my dreads. They go, wow, cool, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and then they get to it and they realize that they're really heavy, really hard to handle, and and they just get all a little bit frustrated. So I learned to do a few things with my dreads for shoots, because it gets boring if you're always just wearing your hair down, and I'd love to do more, but it's really hard for me to work at the back of my head, so I need to I'm always open to new hairstylists to feel adventurous enough to play with my dreads for a few hours.
It's funny. I just didn't know where to meet you in Swan like 40 minutes ago, and I was getting lost and all this. I was like, we'll meet here, we'll meet somewhere, right? And I'm reading a sign, and I'm like, oh, she's not here. And I turn around, and I see you from behind, and just see Tread. There she is! I know where she is. I know where she is.
Could never do anything wrong because I'm always too recognizable.
So like, I said that ZZ Top have the big huge beards. Mm-hmm. If they ever really want to go incognito, they just have to shave it off and go and have a normal life.
Yeah. So I might do that someday, shave off and then nobody will recognize me.
And you kind of modeling as well, wigs. And
yeah, might do that. I kind of have a notion that I'm gonna start shaving my dreads soon. Because 15 years of dreads is a long time, but I know I'm gonna have a serious personality crisis when I do that, because they're my babies. I basically grew up with them. I got dreads when I was 15, and
birthday present.
I don't know. It's just I really wanted to get dreads. My mom actually told me, "Why don't you get dreads?" I was like, "Mom, what? Okay, yeah, let me think about it." And I never thought I'd last so long, because I always had very different hairdos, and I used to dye my hair. I had my hair really, really short, like when I was 13, and like orange and blue and green, and you just do that when you're a teenager, just dye it different colors and change all the time. And then I got dreads, and suddenly I had dreads for 15 years.
I find it really weird. My mom hates it when I do anything new to my hair, because I've always had like long hair.
Okay.
I got dreads. She freaked out. She freaked out when I got rid of the dreads. And so for a joke last year, I had really long hair, and I was kind of getting sick of just having long hair all the time. So I was like, I'll cut it. But my brother's wedding was coming up, and I cut it after the wedding as a joke, mainly. And no one got the joke. And my mom freaked when I came home with a tight haircut with a bit of a fringe. And I was like, what have you done? And she freaked when I started growing my hair long, freaked when I got dreads, freaked anytime I do anything with my hair, she just freaks, and she's like, just leave it alone, let her grow back.
No, my mom is okay with me. Well, she wasn't when I was 12 or 13. She was like, I used to have this long, beautiful, straight black hair until I was about 12, and then I just got sick of it, because you want to change. You're a teenager, and
Rebel. sometimes a
Yeah,
double
so I started, shortening it and cutting it. And my mum freaked out for a while, and then she was just like, just get dreads, do something.
At least with dreads, I know they're going to be stay the same.
Maybe, yeah. And now she's worried about my neck. So she's asking me, how long are you going to keep them? I'm like, I don't know,
You tell me to cut them off, I'll cut them off.
I know, she's great though. She always let me be myself, I have great parents, I have to say. They never, they always looked after me, and they never stopped me from making mistakes as well,
That's part of being human though.
Yeah, but I mean, they're happy with my modeling as well. A lot of people ask me, what do your parents think of your job? And I'm like, well, they're happy with it, because they like what I do. I don't do anything wrong to anyone, I can feed myself with my own job, and they're happy. And they let me free of doing whatever I want. And it's great to have their support, to be honest. I don't know what I would do if they didn't support my choice, It would be very, very different.
Probably having a different conversation at the moment then.
Yeah. Or maybe we wouldn't have this conversation.
It's good. It's good having family support.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always been very honest with my parents, and it's classy.
Not sure what happened there. I missed that completely.
I really couldn't keep, a secret to my parents. Like, I couldn't be doing art nude modeling and not let my parents know that I'm doing it.
You can't really hide tattoos. The type of modeling.
Yeah. No, it's just, why would I don't know, I wouldn't do something that they wouldn't be happy with, we have a very open relationship, and it's great. And yeah, I don't know, I mean, I see models that go, I don't post nudes on Facebook because my family might see them, and I don't understand, how could you keep that a secret to your family? It's what you do, you're proud of it, you're good at it, why would you keep it secret? I don't know, that's me. I'm not very good at lying in general, so I'd find it really, really hard if I had to lie. I always told my parents everything. When I started smoking and I was 14, 15, I just told them, I didn't bother trying and hide it, wash my clothes before I get home or whatever, because it might stink of cigarettes. I just told them, look, I smoke. They were like, that's really bad. I was like, okay, but now and I'm not gonna hide it from you, let's talk about it.
She is smoking right now.
Sorry, really bad.
Is there? You saying you've had photo shoots all over. Is there any way you'd love to have a photo shoot but you just haven't yet?
Yeah, Iceland. I'd love to have a photo shoot in the ice.
Right.
And I might try and do that next year, because I'm a little bit scared of trying to do it during the winter. It might be too dark as well during the winter anyway. And freezing cold. But I'd love to shoot there. I think the landscape in Iceland, it's something else, It's
Have you been?
No, I have never been.
Oh.
But yeah, I'd love to go, and I'd love to shoot there, And I'd love to shoot under the Northern Lights.
Oh yeah,
that'd
be an interesting one.
Yeah, but it's so hard to plan it because you never know exactly when it's gonna happen, and it might be too cloudy. Even if they say you might be able to see the Northern Lights, it might just not happen. So I don't know if it's something that it's ever gonna happen. I might chance it though. But I did get to go to Norway. That was another plan I had for years. I really wanted to go to Norway, and I loved every bit of it. It's an amazing country, and the landscape it's stunning, and it's so suited to art nude. I think it's just amazing, and yeah, I had a great time. I was lucky that photographers brought me to amazing places,
Right.
beautiful forests, and I just felt at home. Climbing mossy rocks, and I shot under the rain in Norway. It was 14 degrees and it was pouring rain, and photographer said, "Are you okay to keep going because the light is beautiful?" I was like, "Yeah, bring it, I don't care." So I got soaked, but I just loved it. It was just I just felt at home, so I didn't even care. I got soaked.
Did it take a while for the dreads to dry out?
I know, we just, we got dressed. Well, I got dressed. The photographer obviously was dressed already. And we just ran home after the shoot and dried up and had a cup of tea, warmed up, and then we went out again and started shooting when the sun came out again.
Is the shooting process a long process? Is it something that if you're going to plan something, like how much planning goes into finding a location and doing the shoot? Like, it's not like one take and that's it.
No, the planning starts with all the emailing and stuff, and sometimes I have an idea, I have places that I want to shoot in. I go for walks, I go exploring, and I go, okay, this place looks amazing, let me see if someone wants to shoot here. And sometimes as a photographer that goes, I found a beautiful forest, I really want to shoot you there. And so, yeah, the planning might take, days, years. Like I'm saying, I want to shoot in Iceland.
Yeah,
I'm starting to plan it now, might happen next year. And sometimes you're out for the day, and you start at whatever, might start at 5 in the morning because the light is beautiful. And you start with one location, and then you might drive to another place, and you won't be home until 9 or 10 in the evening, and you just go from place to place. And sometimes the location might look beautiful, but it might not work.
Right.
So, you chance it doesn't work, move on to the next, So, yeah, sometimes it could take a whole day.
And is there any, like, in your genre of photography, is there any, like, pose, or are you constantly moving, or is it just like you have a specific pose you want to make, or do you constantly change?
Well, I have a routine. I have some poses that I use that I, kind of help me to warm up, but the beauty of shooting in nature is that you constantly get inspired by new things. I see a tree that has a unique shape. Every tree is different, so your poses will have to be different, and I try and be part of it, part of the landscape. And so, yeah, sometimes I come out with things that I didn't even know, I had it in me. I'm like, but you see a branch and you go, okay, I really want to climb up there, and I can see the body shape on that branch, and I'll just try and do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it goes horribly wrong, and I fall, I get bruises and cuts and stuff. It's all part of it.
What, this kind of comes on to what I was going on. Has there ever been like a day that you just got seriously injured, like broke a leg, or?
No, not yet. I have to say, I try and put safety first all the time anyway. And photographers are usually really good. They'll help me to get on the tree and get off it as well. And if something looks good, but it's kind of getting a little bit treacherous, you might just leave it. I can't really broke a leg because I need to work with my body. If I break a leg, then I'm not working for whatever months. If I don't work, I don't eat, So I need to be careful. Until now, I only got a few scratches and bruises. That's okay, there's Photoshop for that.
Do you use Photoshop Photoshop? Do you like using Photoshops?
Well, I don't know how to use Photoshop. Some photographers use it a lot, and some others prefer to just do basic retouch, so they might just get rid of your bruise, but they won't. I don't like if people use Photoshop to change your body shape.
Right.
I think that's, or to smoothen your skin to the point that it looks plastic, like, you know, because what's the point of using a human being if, you know, if you're
You're just
looking
gonna
for,
paint her in.
yeah, or, you know, what's the point of using me as a model if you want super long legs? I obviously don't have very long legs, so don't stretch them with Photoshop. Just hire another model with longer legs, you know.
So have you ever had like a battle over someone using Photoshop to ridiculous length?
Well, I had people sending me pictures that I didn't like, because they retouched them too much. But generally, you know, if I get paid for the shoot, I don't have, you know, I can tell them my opinion about it, but I don't have, you know, it's their own choice, it's their own artistic choice, so I can't really tell them not to do it, you know. If they want to do it, you know, and they're happy with it, that's okay. I might not use the pictures myself if
Right.
I'm not happy with them, you know. Only once or twice I told a photographer to take down a picture because it was really bad. But I thought it wasn't.
I think that's just from the breeze. That one. Yeah, we just got soaked with water.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I just, you know, I might just not use the picture if I'm not happy with it. I don't go telling photographers what to do with their own pictures, you know.
I saw this. I think it was last year. You were on an ad. Were you?
I was, yeah.
I was trying to find a video online, and I just couldn't find the video of it.
Okay, I thought it was on YouTube for a while.
Could you explain the ad? How did that come about? Because you don't say anything, you just make a noise.
I wasn't even supposed to, you know, you weren't supposed to hear that noise. I don't know why they left it in. It was a Cuisine de France ad, so it was, I'm with an agency in Dublin.
Right.
And they just called me for a casting, and I went to the casting. They told me to wear pajamas, so I just showed up to this casting in pajamas. It was horrific. And they were casting for this, you know, it was an ad for croissants and bread and stuff, and so I was supposed to, you know, be just waking up and kind of stretching in my pajamas, and then grab a croissant and go, you know, whatever, tasty, like.
Yeah.
So I did that, and they liked it, but instead of casting me for that role, because they liked my dreads and stuff, they said, okay, they called me back and they said, we actually created a role for you because we wanted you in the ad. It was like, okay, that's, you know, amazing. And yeah, so I just got called back, and they told me, okay, you're gonna be a bike courier. And I'm like, all right. So I was like, November, it was -5 in Dalkey, I think we shot, and I was in fucking shorts and you know, freezing. I was freezing. It was like 6 in the morning, and they just gave me a Danish pastry and told me I had to unroll it. How would you say that? You know, just take it apart slowly and eat it. And I did that about 20 times, and I just kept eating this Danish. And then there was a guy with a plastic cup, and I had to spit the Danish in it because we had to shoot it again. So I did that for like a couple of hours. It was horrific.
Were you starving after it?
No, I never had a Danish after that ever again. And I was feeling really bad for this guy with the cup that just, you know, I had to spit in it, the pieces of pastry that I was chewing. I was like, I'm really sorry, I'm really sorry. It's like, it's fine, you
I
know.
got paid for this.
Just do
It's
this.
fine. This is my job. I went to school for this. I know what I'm doing. Spit in the cup. I have it a level you won't spit in my hand. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't
It's my
know.
job.
No, Christine de Frank is gonna sue me for this. But no, it was good fun, and you know, my first time doing an ad, like, and
It was really interesting. It was just when I was watching, because I don't watch TV. It was a rare time I was watching.
me
TV.
neither. I didn't see the ad until people started texting me with like screenshots of their TV, going, "Aha, look at it." I'm like, okay, it's out. So I went to look for it on the internet because I don't have a TV.
I was watching, and I was just like, that looks like that girl. I wonder if it's that girl. So I went home, and I was like, well, not went home. I went onto the internet. I was like, Facebook. Like, it is. I was right. Woo.
I'm amazed they saw me because I'm only in for like 2 seconds or something, and they told me there wasn't gonna be any sound. So I think that that you hear just it just came out because I was there for 2 hours.
Was that the first take though?
I don't know. I really don't know. I just kept going, and obviously I made a noise, and they decided, oh, cool, we keep this. Just
It showed that she likes her food.
yes, it's the only sound you hear apart from the the voice that in the ad, like that. They only left my little and I was like, why did I do that? Oh my god. People kept texting me for months, just and I was like, oh god. Oh, anyway.
Would you have you asked me to do other ads? Would you ever do ads again?
I would, yeah, of course. It's good money and it's good fun. I
If you don't want to
probably
eat something like that ever again, you know what to go. It's like McDonald's, definitely McDonald's.
no, but that's it. I probably wouldn't do an ad for McDonald's because I really hate it and I hate their policies and all their stuff. So I wouldn't, I don't care how much they pay me. I wouldn't do that. It would go against my morale. So
Boom, McDonald's, you've heard it here first. If this recording works.
there you go, sue me.
I really hope this recording works. That one I'll know work. It'll sound crap. This one, I need to start getting good audio equipment. So what happens when you have a small YouTube channel.
I'm sure it will work.
Would you ever do any like acting?
Oh, I did. I studied theatre in Italy.
Right.
From the age of 14 to the age of 18, and I did a lot of theatre plays, and I did a few. I worked as an extra in a few movies in Ireland, TV series. That's not really acting, and had a little feature role in a movie that called Pursuit. They shot in Galway last year, and it should be out this year. I think it was at the Galway Film Flat. Was presented at the Galway Film Flat, but I'm basically a drunken prostitute, so I don't know. It's not that flattering, but
It's
sure.
Not like your real persona.
No, it's not. I don't know why they wanted me for that. I suppose because they were looking for someone who wouldn't have a problem being not very dressed. Like, I suppose I don't see anything. I'm not naked, but I have a mini dress and stuff. So they were looking for someone who didn't have a problem with that. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I did some a street performance with Magnus. The company. They do all the parades and yeah, for St. Patrick's and stuff, Arts Festival, Halloween. So I worked with them for a couple of years in Galway, and we did the Dublin Fringe Festival, we did the Galway Arts Festival, we did Halloween parade in Galway as well a few years ago. I really enjoy acting. I'd love to get back into it, to be honest. I'm always a little bit scared here in Ireland because of my accent.
Right.
A lot of
But doesn't that give her a little bit more charm, the accent?
I don't know, maybe it does,
I'm
I
sure
have a
when
strange
you're-
mixed Italian Irish accent at this stage, so I'm sure it's entertaining anyway.
I'm sure when you go to order coffee or something, it's just a real can I get a cappuccino? The person's just like, yes, whatever you want.
Oh god, I don't know, but it's Yeah, I don't know, because a lot of the castings you see for theatre especially, they're always looking for either the Royal English accent or maybe regional Irish accents, and obviously I can't do that. I can't do either of them. I could work on it, but I don't know how good I would be at it. So yeah, I suppose I haven't tried to do more acting because I feel a little bit shy because of this. Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I find it strange when they try and cast for, a TV series and everyone has to have an American accent. Like if, you go to out in the streets in New York and all you hear it's an American accent. You don't. You hear every sort of accent you could possibly imagine, because that's just life. That's just...
I always make jokes that Sherlock Holmes and Robin Hood over the last 20 years has just been American. Yeah. Just get an English guy to do it. There are some strong English actors who can do circles around a lot of
But they did Sherlock, the TV series, with Benedict Cumberbatch, and oh my god.
I can't say his name. He's an amazing actor.
Oh, he's unbelievable. I know. He's weirdly sexy. He's not he's not that attractive if you look at him. He's got a strange face and stuff. But yeah, maybe it's the accent as well. It just works really well for that role. And
he did it amazing. I always try to get people to watch Sherlock, not Robbie Downey Jr.
That doesn't.
Not really good Sherlock, because Sherlock is a lot more they did Mr. Holmes where Ian McKellen doing Sherlock, and he's in his 90s and and it's really good because a proper original Sherlock Holmes were very slow, not a lot happened, but they were amazing.
Because he's very brainy, he's someone that thinks a lot, so it's not like the Robert Downey Jr. experience where he's
narrating everything.
Yeah, and shooting stuff and does kung fu and stuff like that. I mean, that's not exactly how it was. Yeah. But yeah, you see, that goes back to what I was saying. For those kind of roles, you need proper Royal English accent.
We can't really do that here in Ireland. No. Can't even learn that in England. You had to go to America to learn that in the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, apparently.
Competition crumpets. So it's been only an hour. So I've actually got a lot more. At the start of this, was I have a few questions. I don't know. It'll probably only last 20 minutes. But I'm gonna jump to where I robbed from inside the actor studio, where he robbed from someone else. 10 small questions, just to get a little bit more to know about you and who you are. And so, what is your favourite word?
Oh my god, my favourite word.
I will keep in the silence. Also, there is a festival or something going not that far away from us, so if it heard music the whole time, it's been alright.
My favourite word? That's a hard question. I'll have to think about that. Pass on to the next one, because I can't think of it.
The next one's what's your least favourite word?
Oh, Jesus. It's hard to answer, because I don't know if I'm thinking of the actual sound of the word or I'm thinking of the meaning of it,
It doesn't even have to be in English, in your own language it can be.
Okay.
If you could say that in a better way when I redub this.
Ooh, this is really hard. My least favorite word. Well, I can think of it now. You should have told me you were gonna ask me these questions. No, go on, ask me something else.
Okay.
I'll have to think about this.
Now, the way I got these questions online is not the way he phrases it. So what turns you on creatively?
What turns me on creatively?
Yeah, because it's always just what turns you on. I can't ask people this.
Yeah, well,
with a straight face.
What turns me on in general is, and creatively, it's other people's creativity. I just get really inspired when someone is creative and good at what they have decided to do. So if I see a very creative and good musician, I get really turned on, either inspired or turned on in another way. That doesn't really matter, but yeah, no, creativity really turns me on.
Good thing I'm not having a video camera on this. Good thing it's just audio.
Why? Now people think something weird is happening.
What turned you off? Light switch, probably.
Ignorance. Like, I think ignorance in the sense of people not being respectful. I think that's just, being respectful is, it's not that hard. And I find it really, really annoying when people are rude for no reason, like, yeah. It really pissed me off.
What sound or noise do you love?
The sound of my coffee machine in the morning. I have one of those Italian espresso makers. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but like they make a lovely noise when the coffee's coming out. It's the first thing I do when I get up, is make my coffee, and that of the coffee coming out and the smell that goes with it just makes my day.
See her face, but she's making it really good that I want coffee after this.
I really want coffee after this.
It would have been a lot more complicated to do an interview in a coffee shop. I was trying to think of somewhere we could do it, but it'd just be noisy.
Well, we have a festival here, and kids playing and
protests,
pigeons and oh yeah.
That's why I was kind of late. My bus had to go through a detour, and then just a wall of people.
Yeah.
What noise do you hate?
Tambourines. There's I know it's strange, but there's a frequency in tambourines that just makes my ears go boo. I can't hear anything anymore. I think it's just, I can't do anything about it. It's just the frequency of those little, metal
Symbols.
things. Yeah, that drives me insane. Yeah.
That is it. Really?
And it's really weird because I actually enjoy, a tambourine in a song, but if you're playing a tambourine next to me, oh, that'll give me shivers and I just can't hear anything and I just lose it.
I just lost my pen.
The thought of tambourines.
That's a weird one to hear. Tambourines. What's your favourite curse word?
Curse word?
Yeah, curse word. I always say curse word, a bit weird. It's all them.
Well, it's probably an Italian one. I think vaffanculo, when it's said with, when you say it with your soul, it really works.
What's the English translation to it?
Well, it's fuck off, but it doesn't sound as it doesn't sound as good. Like, look at woman there.
What?
It's a woman just wearing a bra just next to us.
Lovely.
Fantastic. Public displays of nudity. In St. Stephen's Green.
Let's stop looking. So say it in Italian. Say it very aggressively.
Vaffanculo.
Sounds pretty cool though.
Sounds pretty bad in my language, but yeah.
What job would you love to do? Besides your own, what job would you love to do?
What job?
Yeah. Or profession?
Probably love to be a botanist.
Really?
Yeah. I really love plants.
I didn't get the vibe from your website or shoots that you love plants.
No?
No.
Come on, I'm always naked in the woods. I really love plants, and I think sooner or later I'll go back to college and study plants.
Yeah, we have a great college here, Botanic Gardens. Somewhere that I go quite. I've been 4 times this year already.
Would you believe I've never been to the Botanical Gardens in Dublin?
Oh, we should have an interview there. I love that place.
Yeah, we should have thought about that. I'd love to see it, actually.
It's really nice. I love going there.
And it's strange because, Botanical Gardens are usually one of the first places I go to when I'm in a new city. Like Belfast has lovely botanical gardens. Amsterdam has beautiful botanical gardens. So every time I go to a city I've never been to, I just check, and they're usually very interesting places. I just love plants.
It's a great date place. 6 hours the last time I was there.
Wow.
It's a really good place, because it's no matter the time of year with plants, because I've done horticulture.
Okay.
No matter the time of year, summer, winter, autumn, fall, spring, they're always different.
Yeah.
It always has a different personality, and it always is great to see.
I know, yeah. I love, like, my house is turning into a jungle. I have all sorts of plants hanging from every corner, and yeah, I just love them. They're so interesting, and I love to look after plants, and I love to.
Did you put clothes back on yet? Sorry I interrupted you, but that's just been kind of completely. Yeah, I think she's putting it back on. No. Right. She must have got stuck in the rain or something.
Yeah.
There's a shop right there. You can get some nice cheap t-shirts, real easy. So yeah, plants. I do. Yeah, I always loved plants. I went to college, and then got fed up with, because I was doing computers. Got fed up with it.
Yeah.
Horticulture to do something I was interested in.
Cool. I'd love to. My dream is to build a geodesic dome and just have all my plants in it and live inside it.
Have you been in the Eden Garden in England? Big Eden project.
Oh, I heard about it, but I haven't been yet. No.
Love to go.
Yeah, it's in my to-do list.
I've heard it's great. I've seen the documentary on it.
Yeah.
How it's built, and the years and the money. It just looks amazing.
Yeah.
It has everything in it it wants.
Yeah, no, it sounds great, and I'm gonna have to make it to it. Where is it exactly?
Somewhere in England.
Yeah.
It's a big place.
Yeah, we'll have to go.
Oh, you do have
to
a
go.
jacket. I was wondering where you.
Getting cold now. Sorry, I'm Italian after all.
It's a very. It's not the jacket I thought you'd be in.
Well, it's kind of. I have a pretty jacket, but it keeps raining, so I had to wear a raincoat.
Yeah, it's a raincoat. I was just presuming you'd be in a long, like, ridiculously nice.
I have a
Earth
long
Earth-
red coat with me, but I had to leave it in my friend's house because it just kept raining. So I was like, okay, it's not the kind of weather for a pretty red coat.
Oh,
It's
really?
Ireland.
It rains a lot.
It does. That's why it's so beautifully green, isn't it?
We try to keep it green. We try. What profession would you hate to do?
Oh, I probably hate to be like, I don't know, stuck in an office 9 to 5, whatever. I'd hate to do that. I can't. I get really bored if I'm always in the same place, and I'm not very good at working for other people. That's why, I complain about being self-employed, but at the end of the day I don't think I'd be able to do anything else. And any office work for another company where you're just stuck in an office 9 to 5, that drives me insane. I wouldn't last a week, I'd say.
I will come back near the end to favourite word and least favourite word. I will.
Jesus.
But if, the final question is, if heaven exists and you arrive at the pearly gates, what would you want God to say to you? I like the way you phrases that one as well. I like the way you phrases it. If. It's a good way. It's a really safe way. If.
I'd like him to tell me, okay, cool, you ready to go back for more? Just kick me in the ass and send me back down here.
I like people's answers to that one. Like I'm not looking forward to this. I know someone who wants to do this with me, interviewing me, and get loads of people I've interviewed to ask me questions. I'm like, I'm not looking forward to these 10 questions. Really not.
Jeez, I would have prepared if I knew you were going to ask me those.
Well, that was. I won't wrap up. I'll leave the whole your favourite and least favourite words alone it's obviously something that you like.
I don't speak English anymore. When you ask me those questions, I'm like, oh.
I'm still enthralled with the half-naked girl over there. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, because she's got gigantic boobs and she's just wearing a bra and we're in a public park, and I really don't get this
Sounds like your friends.
public displays of nudity. Well, they're like 15, so now they're all getting naked. You know, I'm a nude model, but
You wouldn't do that.
no, that's being exhibitionist.
Yeah.
And I've never been that people go, oh, you must be really self-confident, you know, because you're a nude model and stuff, and you know, people think I just go around naked all the time or something. I'm like, no, I don't. You know, that's my job. I don't have a problem with nudity, but when you're, you know, slamming it in my face in a public place, I don't know, you know.
How about you don't?
Yeah, it doesn't upset me, but I don't, you know, agree with it either, you know.
It's a weird one. Did you have any anxiety problems with the first time you did a nude shoot? Was it something that you were just like, oh God, I better do some yoga?
I remember the first time I did a nude. It wasn't a shoot though. I was live modeling for an artist in Florence, and I just decided I was gonna sign up for the nude modeling, not only the portraits, because they were paying a little bit more for nudes, and I was like, yeah, sure, you know, why not? You know, I don't want to have a problem with nudity, so I'm gonna go for it. But then I got in his studio and he was, you know, the sweetest man ever, and is a brilliant artist and has been doing this forever, and he was really nice to me. And he was like, okay, take off your shirt,
Like,
you know.
how was it just like you'd because if I ever had to do something like that, I know it'd be so awkward. I'm like,
Well, it was, you know, I was trying to, you know, to be tough and self-confident, and I was like, okay, so I took off my t-shirt, and then I obviously kind of curled up onto myself, because he was like looking at me for a second, and he was like, is this your first nude? Yeah. I was like, yes, it is. Does it show? And he was like, look, if you're not comfortable with it, there's no problem, you know, we can do something else, or, you know, we just leave it. And I was like, it just made me, you know, it made me feel comfortable and safe. So I was thinking, sure, you know, why should I feel, you know, embarrassed, you know, it's just a body. And after that, it was never really a problem.
right.
You know, yeah, of course I have bad days, like we all do. Like, it's not that I look at myself in the mirror every day and I go, oh, you're so hot, like, you know, that never happens, like. But
I'm sure
so-
loads of people say that to your photos though.
well, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I do have bad days where I don't see myself either pretty or sexy, and I just have to go to a shoot and I don't feel, you know, confident and comfortable, or what, for whatever reason, like, you know. But you just do it, and, you know, a lot of the times if the photographer is nice and you click and it's, you know, it's nice, creative relationship, I don't mind anymore after a few minutes, you know. But yeah, I'm a human being. I have bad days as well, you know.
You've done a few shoots with other models as well. Do you ever get surprised that they're like more comfortable, or do you see yourself going, oh well, I was like that a few years ago, and I'm a lot.
No, I mean, you try not to compare
Right.
bodies and stuff like that. I've worked with models that weren't as experienced as me, so I saw they weren't very comfortable, and all you do is you try to make them comfortable, because otherwise the shoot doesn't work. You know, it's not about me looking better than you, it's about making it work together and working as a team. And I've worked with models that are more experienced than me, and I have to say they've done the same with me, you know, trying to make me feel comfortable, helping each other, trying to find poses that will work, you know, with our bodies, for as different as they can be, like, you know. Yeah, of course, sometimes I look at, you know, I'm not too obsessed with my age. I don't care. Like, I mean, I know I'm 30 this year, but
You don't really look 30.
but like, yeah, I mean, body changes are normal. Especially women. Like, we just I notice my body changes every few weeks. When I have my period, my belly is bigger, like my boobs are bigger. When I don't, everything goes down again.
must shoot
So
today.
just
You
like
must shoot today.
it just goes up and down. It's and like fluctuations of weight as well. And it's not something. Of course, I try and keep fit. I do Pilates. I walk a lot, and I eat healthy, and I love cooking, and I'm Italian, so kind of runs in the blood.
Are you is there something with that? What's wrong with them? It looks like he has a turd. It looks like he has a turd wing or something. It's the way he's holding his wings there. It's like someone
Trying to look like a shark.
It's like someone having a pinky when they're drinking tea. Are you a vegetarian?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
No, I eat everything.
that's
Apart from brains and entrails and stuff like that, then I eat everything.
you get too strong when you eat someone else's brain.
No, but I mean, in Italian cuisine, you find weird stuff sometimes, like, tripes and, fried brains and tongues and stuff like that, and I'm not really into that. Never tried them, so I don't know. I might really like them, but I just can't, I don't know,
Picture
just can't
yourself.
put a brain in my mouth. No, it just doesn't work.
I understand the square root of pi. Yes.
But no, I'm not vegetarian.
I was because you are in shape.
Thanks.
You can't really like hide it from your photos going I'm not in shape. But I was just wondering because Pilates, I've heard Pilates are amazing and it's getting quite popular.
I love it. I actually started only 2 or 3 years ago. Just found a course near where I live, and I thought I'd chance it because I tried yoga a few times, few different teachers, and it never really worked for me. I mean, it does work at a physical level. You can see the differences, but I don't know. I just don't have much fun doing it. Like, so I said I'd try Pilates, and Pilates, it's amazing. I love it. It's great. It's a mix of yoga and there's some physiotherapy elements to it. So it really helped me when I got my neck pains
Right.
because of my hair, and I didn't want to shave my head, so I had to find another solution, and someone suggested Pilates, so I tried it, and I actually I try and do some exercises every day, not to be fitter, just to keep the strength in my neck, and
Be healthy.
yeah.
It's good. It's
No, it's great. I'd recommend it to anyone with any kind of back problems or knees, or it's just brilliant.
I injured my my left knee 6 weeks ago.
Ouch. How do you do that?
Volleyball. The
Okay.
ball went one way, I went the other way, and
Oh.
I had to get an MRI now on Monday.
Oh,
So I'm walking really slow.
MRIs are horrible.
It'll be my second one this year.
Jesus, man.
They're expensive as well.
They're crazy expensive, yeah.
If I didn't have a great friend to give me the money for it, I wouldn't have been able to afford it.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. I had to get it for my neck, and I don't know, it was 200 euros or something?
225.
Yeah, something like that. And it's horrific. Yeah, I got seriously claustrophobic in there.
Did you get the disc and look through all the images? Did you get a disc?
I did, I think, yeah.
I got my disc and I looked through it. I was like, is that good looking, bro? what am I looking at?
I know.
That's an eye. What?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's weird. I've always known if you don't know how to get an MRI, don't get an MRI. It's not that fun. Noisy.
No, if you have 200 euros to throw away, like, get an MRI. Yeah, it's really noisy. I'm sorry for you, but
Yeah, at
Hope
least
your
it's just
knees-
my leg going in.
okay, so that won't be too bad, like,
Just 200 euros.
yeah, of course. But you gotta fix your knee.
Yeah. it's been an interesting few weeks. I feel like an old man every time I stand up. My knee cracks, so I start limping for a few steps. I'm not looking forward to standing up after this.
Oh,
And if I don't
I'll
limp,
help you. I'll help you.
If I don't limp, I'm gonna be so happy.
Oh God.
It's been a really interesting interview. I'll have to try. I do other things on YouTube. I do 20 questions. That's hilarious. And I do a podcast called Off Topic where we just talk about stuff for 20 minutes and that's it. We'll try to get you on that another time.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's been a fun conversation because I love doing the interviews because I've never had an interview where it's just like one-sided, where you just like, been kind of areas in some interviews that I had to kind of push people, but it's been a very, because I don't really like asking all these questions, I like it being a more natural conversation.
Yeah.
And it's come off a really natural conversation. And if this Zoom doesn't work, I'll be so annoyed.
Oh no, it will work. I enjoy talking anyway, obviously. I've been told.
So before I end it up, I have like 2 final questions.
Okay.
One that's very egocentric of myself, but how often do you get noticed?
Do I get?
Yeah, do you ever get noticed? And if you do, how often? Someone go, oh, that's that girl.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I
It
didn't know-
happened a few times. I mean, it happened because of that Cuisine de France ad.
Right.
And I just thought it was really weird because I thought, you know, you only see me for a couple of seconds. But I had people in cafes, like barmans and stuff, and going, oh, you in that ad with the, you know, you eating the croissant. I'm like, yeah. And a few weeks ago, actually, no, a few months ago, this girl stopped me in the middle of Shop Street in Galway. I was walking down with my father, and she goes, are you Valentina? I'm like, yeah. Young girl, like, you know, good looking young girl. I was like, ooh, look at that. And she's like, oh, can we take a photo together? And her mother took a picture of us, you know. She was like, oh, she's a great fan. And I couldn't believe it. It just, you know, made my day. I was like, big fan of me, like my work, really? Oh my God. I was like, I gave her a big hug. I told her, you made my day, you know. Yeah. I mean, just, yeah, it happens sometimes, and I'm surprised, like.
Because I didn't know if you'd have like an entourage with you, that I'd be doing an interview with you, walking through stores and you shopping. Like, I want this in my size, you know my size.
No.
I really thought it'd be like an entourage or loads of people going, oh, can I get your autograph? And really like,
Oh my God, will you stop?
have you got that yet? Someone asking for your autograph?
I actually got a message a few days ago, some guy in the States. Every now and again I get an email, people asking me for a signed photograph, and I just think that's a little weird, so I don't know. Yeah, sometimes they do, but I haven't sent any yet, you know. I just feel a bit strange. What are you gonna do with that signed photograph? Yeah, and once a guy asked me if he could buy my shoes, and he wanted my shoes, the shoes that were in a particular shot, and he wanted the print of that shot signed, and
Quite demanding.
he was gonna put it, well, he was gonna buy it, like,
Yeah.
put it in a little cabinet of, I don't know, just try and collect props from models he liked. I was like, okay, this is the weirdest thing someone has ever. Can I buy your shoes? I'm like, yeah, of course.
What?
Take
What?
them.
Yeah. It's gonna bin them on
Sure,
Monday,
yeah.
but yeah, it's.
I never thought of doing that. I know of models that sell their stockings and stuff like that, you know. I never thought of doing anything like that. I was like, okay.
Well, you can't really wear the underwear you're wearing, so.
Oh God, no! I like my underwears. I want to keep them. and I want to sell them. Like, fuck's sake, that's horrific.
Because I've never got the whole intrigue of, you know, autographs and all this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, what's the point?
It's
I
more,
think it's kind of dying now with the internet, you know. It used to be a big thing maybe in the 60s, 70s or whatever, like, you know, you get a autograph picture because you see that artist once in your life if you're lucky, you know. But now you can just, you know, follow everyone on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and whatever, so the autograph thing is kind of, you know, it's getting a little bit.
it's now the photo with the person.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You might take a picture with the person and put it on Facebook, but you don't actually ask them to, sign the picture or anything like that anymore,
I remember getting one autograph when I went to see wrestling years ago. And someone threw it out, and I didn't go, oh man, I'll never have that back. I'll just remember the story of someone throwing it out. I know people have some autographs. I was like, why?
Yeah, some people still collect them and stuff, but yeah, no, I've never, and I've always been too shy to go and ask people for autographs myself.
Really? But
yeah, but
But that'd be really interesting, because I've heard stories of famous actors going to lease not as famous actors, just on the plate. Oh, can I get your autograph? And being like, what? You want my autograph? You, Oscar winner, wants mine on the stage. Oh, I wouldn't think you'd get embarrassed or something. Going, can I have your autograph?
Well, yeah. I mean, I get shy. When you meet your idols, it's, I don't know. I just don't know what to talk about. You don't want to pester them with questions or going, "Oh my God, you're so great! I love your work so much." So yeah, I usually just get shy, and I never had the guts to ask for an autograph or a picture or anything like that.
Well, it's been an hour and a half. It's been a really fun interview. I'm not gonna lie, I've enjoyed all of it.
I enjoyed it too.
I will end it here. So I'll let Valentina say her goodbyes.
Well, thank you so much for this. It was great fun, and yeah, I hope we'll do another one soon.
Yeah.
That was great.
And I'll see you next time. Bye.